Alright, so before that video close there, I was talking about nation shall learn war no more. And the World War III being what? The war turning all war. That means I say so 7 minutes remaining on this memory. Don't know why. Alright. So let me just do this real quick. Alright, so this is Isaiah chapter 9, and I'm going to start from verse. Let's start from verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolling blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." So this is what World War III, which is going to be what thermonuclear destruction. What happens after that, right? "For unto us a child is born," that's Yahweh Shai. "Unto us a son is given, and the government shall be," right? "Be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, for even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this." So yes, that's what we're saying. The kingdom of heaven will be governed by Yahweh Shai and the 144,000 elect men upon earth. You know what I mean? They're going to be wherever he is, doing the judgment that the Lord basically gave us to do upon earth. And the other nations going to be what? Judge. Right? So, you know what I mean? And so the white man, which is the devil basically, the Edomites, Esau, which is the devil, you know what I mean? The descendants of Esau, they are going to go in slavery, but then afterwards they're going to be destroyed. You know what I mean? This is what's going to take place upon earth. Right? So, this whole idea of basically breaking the laws as an Israelite, basically, you know what I mean? Basically, you're basically heading for hell. It's not doctrine. It's not scriptural. You know what I mean? Breaking the law doesn't mean you're gonna go a place where you're gonna be burned forever and ever and ever. And Satan's gonna be there with a treaty. That's not a part of the Bible. Again, we always say that is what fables, Greek mythology, fairy tale. You know what I mean? But the church, which is not prophets of the Heavenly Father, they come out and speak these lies unto you, and you believe, and you are deceived and caught up in these lies. Alright, so let me get to the next piece up real quick. Alright, so I wanted to do a lot more, but obviously this video not gonna allow me to do it, and I had to find a way, so I'm just gonna, you know. Which is Revelation 5 verse 10. It says, and let me just read from 9. "And they sung a new song, saying, they were ready to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou was slain and has redeemed us to God," to Yahweh, "by thy blood, out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation." And as just reading in Matthew 25:31, right? "And has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth." So that's where our reign is going to be. Now let's read what it says here in Matthew. Drop it up here. Let me run through it. Right, Matthew 5 and verse 7. It says, "Think not that I come to destroy the law of the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." You come to keep them, right? And to basically fulfill them, right? "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the laws till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven." So guess what? You're not going to hell. No, we're not saying that because you're not going to hell. That means you should not fear Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. Hell no. We persuade men to fear the Lord, because it's a dreadful thing to fall in the hands of the Heavenly Father. You have people that will desire to die and cannot die, because the power of death is in the hands of the Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. And the Lord can bring you to great suffering and great pain and anguish that you would rather die than to be here. So we're not encouraging that for anyone, right? Let me get some more. Let me read this. So, Again, trying to run through getting this thing out because I know the video is done. Alright, so alright, so again, as we start off basically with saying that the Lord, if you're going to heaven, basically, then really and truly, you're like the angels, and then sex and marriage, which marriage is sex, is basically not something that you're gonna enjoy there. You're not gonna have that there, right? But here's what it says again in Isaiah 4 and verse 1 going down. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. So the elect of Israel, the remnant that escaped in that time frame, you know what I mean? It says 7 women shall take hold of one man. To do what? Let they call by their name, mean what? Being married. They're going to be able to produce and bring back the population so that we can be fruitful again and be a great nation that cannot be numbered and count. You know what I mean? This is what the Lord is promising to his elect, and not the fertile doctrine to church teacher. You know what I mean? So we persuade and warn men to stay away from the MOTD, trust and believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua as your guide and your protection in time to come, because you will be tried in that day. You know what I mean? And those who are found faithful and hold fast until the end, he's going to give you what? The power to basically what? Rule over the other nations. Alright? That's what we were supposed to be in the beginning. You know what I mean? But we fought